here in the STS, let's create a new Spring Boot project for our social app. Create Spring Starter project. Next, it will connect us to the spring.io. This name, the name of the project is for the previous tutorial. Let me just remove this and name the social app. Okay, so here we are using Maven Java version 17, language Java. The group is coding techniques, and let me change the description to social networking app. Okay, so now let's go further and add the dependency. I name the package as coding techniques as well. So here we need a Spring Web. We are using Spring version 3.2.4. Let's add Spring Web. We use Spring Data JPA, and we also need MySQL driver, then Spring DevTool. So these are the 4 dependencies we are using. Okay, so now let's click finish. Okay, now here is our just initialized Spring Boot social app project, and inside this project you see we have the package coding techniques, and inside this here is the starter class. Okay, now we will create a new package model where we will have our JPA classes model. So, and then we will also need the repository package.repository. Okay, so we also need a controller package where we will define the controller class, package.controller. Okay, so inside this model we will create a new class post, and we will also create another class comment. So let's create another class comment. So click finish. We have post and comment class inside the model. So now let's go to the post and start implementing this class. We will annotate this class with @entity, so it will map to database, and let's add some field. First we will start with the primary key private long ID, which is the ID of the post in the database. So we will annotate this with @generated value. We will add the generated type strategy, generation type dot identity. So let's have another @ID. Okay, so let me take this to the top. It will be better like this. Okay, so now let's start adding the field for the post. So the post will need a user, so we will define a user, private string user. So and the user will post a content, so let's add private string content. Okay, so after the post will have like and unlike, So we will add this private int like, so on, then private int unlike. So we will keep the record for the like and unlike for this post. So that is not all. The post will also have a comment. Okay, so the comment will be many, so we need a list to hold the comment. Let's add list of comment. So, and then let's name the field variable as comment, and this will set today. We will use array list to store. Okay, array list. So let me import the array list manually from the Java util. So let's go to the tab, import java key.util, not all. So array list. Let's save this. Okay, now the next thing we will do, we will add the column name for the field. So for the user, let me add the column. The column here will be users. Okay, so let me add the content will be content because there are many in the column. And then for the like, I will add post like, and then for the unlike will be post unlike. This specify the name of the column in the database. Okay, post unlike. So on for this one, we need to define the relationship between the post and the comment. Okay, so here it is one-to-many relationship because each post will have many comments. So one post will have many comments. In this case, we will add these to add one to many. Okay, one to many, here it is. So inside this we will define the fetch type. Okay, fetch, let us the fetch type here to lazy. Okay, that lazy. So when we define the type to lazy, the fetching strategy for this relationship, in this case it means the associated entity will be fetched from the database only when they are accessed for the first time. Okay, so now we will also add another operation, and it is cascade type dot all. Okay, we are setting cascade type dot all, which means it specifies the cascade operation, and it means that all cascade operation including passes, match, remove will be propagated not only to the parent but to the associated entities. Okay, so and we will specify the join column. Okay, let's add the join column, add join column. So name, let name it post ID. Okay, so this specify the ID of each post in the comment table. Okay, so if we go to the comment table, we will see the post ID. So, and it specified the post, the comment belong to which post. Okay, so now let's continue. So first we will add the let generate constructor. Source generate constructor, deselect all, because this I will just generate the constructor with no parameter, and then let me also generate constructor with parameter. Okay, source generate constructor using field but excluding the ID. Okay, so what next is that we will generate the getters and setters. So generate getters and setters, select all. So you see here we have generate getters and setters for our post. Okay, now what is remaining is that we will go to have implementation as well for the comment. Okay, so let's go to the comment class. This is all we need here, the implementation of the post class. So now inside the comment as well will have a user, and it is a JPA entity class. So we will annotate it with @entity. So we will specify the ID and the generated value. So let's copy this. Okay, so here is what we have now. The comment will also have the user and the content, because a comment is performed or is done by a user. So we need the user private string user, so that is, and then we also need private string content. Okay, so the what he comment is the content. Okay, so we will continue. That is all for this. We will just generate constructor, source generate constructor, select all. So we generate constructor with no parameter. So we will also go and generate constructor, so without the ID. So these are only parameter that is user and the content. So we will also generate the getters and setters for these, and that is all. Go to the sources, generate getters and setters, select all. So this is all we need in a model class. The next thing we will do is that we will go to the repository package and then to the controller. So let's do this together. Okay, now let's create a inside this repository. We will create an interface, new interface, post repository. Okay, so this will extend CRUD repository. So this will be post because this repository is for post. So by extending the CRUD repository, our post repository will have access to all the methods for performing JPA operation in the CRUD repository. And let me have this as long. Okay, so this is what all we need here in the post repository. And the next thing, we will go to the controller and create new class, and the class will be social app controller. Okay, the class is creating. We have this. We will annotate this with @REST controller. We use this as REST controller because we are not using HTML content. We need to return a text in the browser so that we can see the JSON representation of the post. And then we also need @request mapping. So @request mapping, and let's have this social API. Okay, and all the later part that we will define, it will continue from the social API in its front. Okay, so let's face the auto-add and call the post repository, and it will be private because it's accessible only inside this class. We use it to perform some operation with our just defined repository. Okay, so first what we need is we will define the find all method that will get all our posts, and this will start at get mapping, and this will be, let me name it as post. That is our post. And let's define the method public iterable of post. Okay, and then let's name this method get all posts. Okay, so and it will return post repository dot find all. Okay, so this is what we have, and then we also need post mapping, and for the post mapping we will use this to add post. These are two methods that we will be using so far, and then let's define the method public post and name it save post. That is the name of the method, and let's add the add request body. Pause. Okay, so that is all. So they will finish the implementation of this method, and it will return the post that we just saved. Post repository dot save post that comes with the request in the request body. Okay, so now let's check what we are having here, on that we add these, let not at response body, at request body. So okay, this is the at request body. Let me remove the at response body. Okay, sorry, this is all we need for now. And then the next thing is that we will have the configuration for the MySQL DB. Okay, so let's do this together. Okay, now we will add the configuration for MySQL DB, and let's go to the application.properties. So inside the application.properties, so here is what we will copy and add today, and I will explain this later. So let's copy this. As you can see, I just zoom this so that you can able to copy, and you will also find it in the repository for the project. So let's go back to the application.properties. Okay, so this is the URL for the database, which is specify the JDBC URL for the database connection. Okay, so and the name of the database that we will create, the DB name that we will create is post, and here it is. So let's go to the MySQL workbench and create a new schema. So create new schema, post. Okay, and let's make sure it matches the name. Okay, post, then apply. Okay, finish. And then so let's go back to the here we have username and the password. Okay, the username specify the username for the database connection, password specify the password for the database connection, and we have this Spring JPA Hibernate DLL auto. We set this to update this property, determine how Hibernate handle the database schema, and we also have the login level of Hibernate SQL. We set this to debug, and we also have the trace, which is we set the type to trace. This section configure login level for the Hibernate. And the last thing here, we all have Spring.jpa properties Hibernate dialect. Okay, so this specified the Hibernate dialect for the MySQL database. It specify the Hibernate dialect class for MySQL 8. Okay, so this is all we need, and if we save this, we can now run the application and check the MySQL database to see if the scheme, if inside our schema we have the table with the name, comment and post, and all the values that we set, or I will set that the name of the column that we set. Okay, now let's try this. Run social app. So the application is running. So the application started successfully. Started social application. Tomcat started on port 8080. Okay, now let's go to the MySQL workbench. Refresh. First we refresh the DB and then open. You see we have tables. So inside this table we have comment. Let's enter the comment. You see we have this ID, content, user, and the post ID for the join column. And then let's go to the post. Okay, now let's add a value here, and we try to get this in the browser to see if our controller get all posts is working. Okay, so let me add the ID 1. The content is hi group. So and then the post like 0, post on like 0 as well. The user, let me add my name, Aliyu Sahabu Adam. Okay, so let me apply these changes. Okay, so now we have this, and then in the comment let's go and add a comment. Okay, so inside the comment, so here inside the comments we will first specify which the comment belong to which post. The ID of the post that we have just created is 1, and then let me add another user. Let me set Yasir, set hi as well, and then the ID of this to the comment 1. This specify the ID of the post, that this comment belong to this post, and then this ID specify the ID of the comment. So let's apply these changes. Okay, now we have something on inside the DB, the post and comment. Okay, so now inside the browser we will try accessing the method get all posts, and then inside the social app controller we will access this using the social API post, which will get all the posts for us that we have. Okay, now we have a single post with a comment. Let's try to access. So social API post. Okay, now let's see. As you can see, we have ID 1 Aliyu Sahabu Adam, and then the likes is 0. He said hi group, unlike is 0 as well. So and below this post we have someone commented, which is Yasir, the one that I have written in the comment. He is also said hi. Okay, now we have confirmed that the get mapping works. Okay, so for additional confirmation, let's copy this URL inside our Now inside this, let's try inside the postman, let's try to send a request. Okay, you see we have this back. Okay, now what remaining, or what we will do next, is that since that we test this, we also need to test the add post. Okay, let's go back to the postman, the add post. We will change this to post, and then we will change this URL to add post. Okay, let's see if it match. Yes, add post. And then so we need to provide a request body. As you can see here, it uses the request body to save our information. Okay, now let's go back. Let me use this and do a little changes. Okay, from here, so inside this, let me add this and add some little changes. In this case, we will change this. Let us Toby, and then the post we will also change. Hi Aliyu, are you there? And then let me add the values to 1 and 2. The like supposed to be 2 is better, and here I will comment with, let me add my name face. I will comment with yes. Okay, so this is what I want to send, and this is the request body, and it will use this to save in the DB. Okay, now let's send this. Okay, so you see it works. And to confirm this, let's go back to the MySQL DB, refresh the database. You see we have yes here, and it replaced the post, it replaced the other one that we have because I set the ID to 1. And then let's go to the post. We have hi Aliyu, are you there? That is the one that we just added, and the post like to. Why it replaces it? Because we set the ID to the same value. If we will change it to another value, we will not have this problem. Okay, so let me try to change the ID, and you see it will be a different post. I will change this to 2, so not this one in the request. I will change this to, so I will change for the post to 2, and I will also change this to 2. Okay, so let me send a request again. Check the database. So you see we have this. Okay, this is what we have done so far, and the next thing we will do is to create a new React app in the VS Code. So let's do this together.